Shall we start? Shall we start, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The board is visible to you?
So yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. Now A and B are 2 points. Okay, A and B are 2 points. Now we have learned the definition for what is called the level line. What is a level line? What is a level line?
Above mean sea level.
Level line, level surface, level line. See, you have to be very careful with the definition what I offer in the class.
It is a
That is
line
very
drawn.
critical rather. So a level surface is a one in which all the point lying on the level surface is perpendicular to the force of gravity. Level line is the one which lie on a level surface. All the point lying on that is perpendicular to the force of gravity. So this is what is called the level line, and this is the level line. So you got a 2 point. Now you just have, this is the 2 point like A and B. Okay. So this is the point A and this is the point B. You are set your instrument at point A. Okay. The difference in the between the two level line, this is the level line and this is the level line. You get it? So level line, so you got, this is the level line, this is the level line. So this is what is called the horizontal line. So to some extent what happens, the level line and the horizontal line merges like, right? The distance is very short. If the distance is very large, what happens? Your the horizontal line depart from the level line. Okay, so this is the level line and this is your horizontal line. But what happens is over a period of time, okay, when the distance is very large, this is your horizontal line defines your line of sight. You know, that is the your when the bubble remain at a center. When the bubble remain at a center, what happens? For all 360 degree of rotation, your line of sight is perpendicular to the vertical axis. For all 360 degree rotation, it generates a horizontal plane. So this is what is called the horizontal line. This line is called the horizontal line. Okay, horizontal line. Now what happened, because of curvature of here, this level line departs from your horizontal line. So this is your level line. The true difference in elevation between point A and B is, so the difference in elevation between level line at A passing through A and the level line passing through B. Is it okay? Now what happened? The horizontal line, because of what is called the refraction of the atmosphere, this ray departs here. So you will be reading somewhere here. You should have read here, you should have read here, or you are reading here. Now what happened is, this is what is called the curvature, effect of curvature, effect of curvature. You get it? The curvature make, because of the effect of curvature, what happens? It makes that the point appear deeper than what really it is. Then this is what is called the refraction. For example, if I tell you, so you are standing on the seashore. You are standing on the seashore. you are seeing something, when the ship is approaching towards the shore, what is the first point? What is that visible? It's the mast of the ship. Okay. So somewhere you see that your vision goes where the sky and the water merges together. This is what is called the visible horizon. Visible horizon. Visible horizon. So when the sun rises in the east, when you stand, the disk of the sun is very large. This is something like this. It appears very large. When it sets, it is very large. Okay. When it is at the peak, this is what is called as a zenith, the top of your head. The disk of the sun is smaller. Why? Okay, I don't know whether you have seen a sun, S-U-N.
Yes, sir.
All of you have seen it? Sun, S-U-N, the nearest star to the earth. Have you seen that? Nobody respond.
Yes, sir.
Have you, any chance that you get up early in the morning and you have seen sunrise at least?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the disk of the sun and the morning and the eastern horizon? Have you seen that the disk of the sun, the body is very large actually. When you look at it in the afternoon, by about 12 in the noon, the smaller is the disk. Why? Because of refraction. Okay, so your line of sight should have followed the first line, or you should have followed the horizontal line, but over the larger distance it follows the dotted line. So you end up with the dot over here. So that is your, so you have got error because of curvature. You have got error due to refraction. Okay. So one is the error due to curvature. Curvature makes the point appear deeper than what really it is. Curvature make the point apparently make it, okay, higher than what really it is. So this definition you should know. Now I say that the radius of earth is r. Radius of earth is r. So considering the smaller distance, so this is your CC, the correction, combined correction. Okay, so you have got a combined correction. So what is that? This distance is d. The distance is d. So this angle is 90 degree. So this is a right angle triangle. So what is this point? Distance between these 2 points. சத்யா சொல்லு. அப்படியா? என்னை கூப்பிடவே இல்லையா? எனக்கு சொல்லவே இல்லைல்ல. சரி, நான் கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கேன், நான் வந்துடுறேன். இப்போ ஒரு 11:30 மணிக்கு கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சிடும். 11:45 வரேன். நான் எங்க வரணும்? நீ டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல இரு, நான் வந்துடுறேன். ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே. So this is your R, assuming that this is very small. So can I write this way? R plus D, the distance, horizontal distance D. Sorry, R square plus D square equal to, can I write R plus CC square? This is R, this is R plus CC, combined correction. So this is R square plus D square equal to R square plus CC square plus 2R CC. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So this will go out. Okay. So I make a small assumption. The R is around 6,370 kilometers. 6,300 and what is R?
Radius of 6,000.
Radius of Earth. Radius of the Earth is around 6,370 kilometers. What is CC? The length of the staff itself is 4 meters. When you compare 4 meters with the 6,370, it's too small, no? So what I do is, for my convenience, I will omit this. Okay. So what is CC? CC is equal to D square over 2R. We get it? So this term alone remains. So D square over 2R. Okay. So this is what is called the combined correction. Normally, this is measured in linear scale. Okay, so we are measuring it linearly. So your refraction correction is, refraction correction is 1/7 of total correction, curvature correction. Okay, the total correction. So what is the total, the balance correction is 6/7 of D square by 2R. Okay. So if you are measuring D in kilometer, and R, the radius of Earth is in 6,370 meters. What is that you should remember is the combined correction due to the combined the net correction is equal to 0.06728 D square. Okay. This value you should remember by many times. So what is the combined correction due to refraction and curvature? 0.06728 D square. Okay. This is what is called as effect of curvature and refraction. Okay. Normally, when I was a student, I used to remember this. The last 2 digit used to be 35, 0.06735 D square. But okay, in the book it has been given as, doesn't matter. 0.06728 D square. Mind it, ds in kilometer. You have to substitute, because when you substitute it 1/6/7 of D square over 2R, where R is in kilometer, you get this value. Okay. So when you substitute D as R is equal to 6,370 kilometer, so the D value we have to substitute in kilometer. Suppose I say that the distance between A and B is 300 meter. What is D value?
Point
0.3.
Huh?
Point
0.3. 0.3 into 0.3, 0.09. 0.09 into 0.067, you just find out.
Zero 0.006.
0.006.
006.
What is the least count of your this thing? Level star? 0.005, no?
Yes, sir.
So, up to 300 meter. Why is that I have put 300 meter? I said 300 meter appreciably there is no difference between a horizontal line and a level line. You are here. Okay, you are here. If it is 300 meters. If the distance is very large, there is a deviation. You get a point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll give you a problem. It's a very interesting problem. You remember the value 0.06728 d square. Okay. Okay. Now this is a mean sea line. What is a mean sea line? That's a level line passing through the mean sea level. Now I have a ship. Okay. There is a master of the ship. One fellow is standing over here. Then there is a place, there is a lighthouse. Okay, there is a lighthouse. Now he is able to observe the light of the lighthouse. Okay, this is the lighthouse. So this is the ship. Okay. Now my question is, the fellow's observer is about 6 meters above MSL. And the lighthouse is say 20 meters above MSL. What is the distance between these 2 points? They get the point? The ship is in the sea and this lighthouse is on the shore. The height of the light above mean sea level is about 20 meters. And the ship, the fellow is standing at 6 meters and is able to see because this is what is called the line of sight. No, the straight line what I have drawn, and this is what is called the visible horizon. So what is the distance between this point D1 to the visible horizon? So I say that h is equal to 0.06728 d square. H is equal to 6. 0.06728 d square. Find out. So what is that? D square. D is equal to 6 by 0.06728 square root of f. So much of kilometer. Please tell me how much is that?
Then 9.44.
9.44 kilometer. Okay. I don't know whether it's 9.44 kilometer. Now this is 20. So the same 20 is equal to 0.06728 d square. Okay. So d is equal to 20 by 0.06728 square root of that. How much is that?
That D is not in kilometer.
Here is also D is in kilometer.
Sir, but that 6 is in meter now.
So that's why I said no, it is 1 by 6 by 7 of the combined corrections is 1 minute. Can I rub this? C is equal to 6 by 7 D square by 2R. R equal to 6370 kilometer. When you substitute it, so you get a combined correction as 0.06728 D square, where you have to substitute a value of, because I substituted 6370 over here, you have to substitute a value of D in kilometer and C you will get it in meter. Okay. If you want, you can derive it for yourself. Absolute value, you will get a some other value, but if you multiply by 1000 and 1000, you get it this way, because the square of it. You understand that?
Yes,
So
sir.
here, what is it? It is 9.44 earlier, no? 6 is equal to 0.06728 D square, or I put it at D1 square. Okay. So D1 is equal to 6 by 0.06728 square root of it. How much is it? 9.44. Huh? How much is it?
9.44.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. The D2 is 20
17.
divided by 0.06728 square root of it. How much is that?
17.24.
17.24.
24.
So what is the distance between this fellow and this fellow is D1 plus D2. It is 26.68 kilometer. This is a real practical problem. See. So when you are approaching the sea, okay, 26.68 kilometer. This fellow is 26.68 kilometer away from the shore. Okay. Is it okay for you? So this is what is called a correction to, because this concept I'll be applying it in a winter visibility problem. That time I will not derive this formula. Okay, the formula which I will not derive it. Okay, is it okay for you? Right. Can I proceed further?
Yes, sir.
So there are 2 points. A and B. Now what I do is, I set your level instrument over here and I hold a staff over here. What is this? This is the level line. This is the level line. Now this is your horizontal line. So I'm holding a staff over here. A, B, This is theta. So, but because of curvature, so let me put this as HA. This is your HB. Okay, right? And what is this? This is my error. Am I right? This is what is this line? What is this line?
Level lines.
Level line. What is this line? The green line?
Horizontal line.
Horizontal line. Confidently say. What is the dotted line?
Refracted line.
Not a line. This is a line of calling line of sight. See, you are supposed to read over here. You are supposed to read over here, but you are reading over here. But this is the true difference in elevation is this, Okay. So true difference in elevation is the level line passing through A and B. Okay. So I think I'm confusing you, but I will not draw this line. Okay, fine. So you got HA. What should have been a correct reading? In A, very close to A, I'm holding it. Very close to A, all these three lines merges. There is no error. So what is the true difference in elevation between the point? H is equal to your HA, okay, HB minus E. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, HB minus E. Isn't it? Because you are reading HB erroneous. Now I will reverse this. Can I rub this? Or I will draw it here. Same thing, I just draw it here. Now what I do is I shift my this thing to B. I keep an instrument over here, B. Okay. Now I read this as HA dash and HB dash. So what is the true elevation difference? So this is your E. Okay. So H is equal to, sorry, this is HB dash and this is HA dash. HB dash minus HA dash minus E. Okay. So add these two. What do you get? 2H is equal to HA dash by HB dash. Okay.
Sir, HA dash plus HA, sir.
Oh, sorry. It should be other way about. HA dash minus E minus HB dash. You find out what is 2H add together. HA minus HB minus E plus HA dash minus E Okay. So this is a plus E and minus E. This will cancel out. What is that? If resulting value, what you get?
HA plus HA dash minus HB plus HB dash.
So you get H is equal to HA minus HB plus HA dash minus HB dash divided by 2. You get it? So this is what is called reciprocal leveling. Reciprocal leveling. You are taking both observation and then eliminating the error. Alright, I will ask you one question. You just answer me from your, what is it you have learned so far. Suppose I got an instrument. I don't know whether the instrument is having an erroneous line of sight or not. I want to find out the true difference in elevation between the 2 points. How will you go about it? The question clear? Can I rub this? I have
Yes.
2 points, A and B. I have got an instrument. Okay. It has got a line of sight inclined. I know very well that my line of sight is inclined. It is not perpendicular to the vertical axis, and it is not going to generate a horizontal plane. It is going to have it generates a cone, a frustum of the cone. The locus of the point lies in the frustum of the cone for all 360-degree rotation. Right. In that case, you know very well that the instrument what is being given to is erroneous. How will you solve the problem?
Sir, we can solve it as it
So
is.
you keep it in the middle.
So
Yeah,
both the
one by
sides.
one, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Both the sides, the error will get cancelled, sir, due to the incline.
What is it? Balancing of the site. The permanent adjustment. What is the first setup?
Sir,
What is it you do?
sir, we should keep in the middle.
Huh?
Sir, keep in the middle.
Instrument is in the middle. What happened? Whatever reading you are taking is a true difference in elevation. Am I right? That's one method. The other is a reciprocal observation. You take an observation very close to one point and go to the other point and take observation very close to the second point. Find out the mean of that. It eliminates all your error. This is what is called a reciprocal observation. Okay. So in a leveling, what is that we have seen so far? What is a level? How do you do a temporary adjustment? How do you go about and do a permanent adjustment? How will you set out a level? And you can find out the elevation of a different point, booking of a level. What is the first reading in a level field book? First reading what you enter in the level field book is what?
Backside.
Dark side. The last reading is the
Foresight.
foresight. And in between you got what is a intermediate side. The maximum value what you can take in a level stuff is 4 meter, not beyond that, because the height of the leveling stuff is only 4 meter, not beyond it. Okay. Do you get the point? Right? Now I'll give you a small problem. small problem. I will give you 2 minutes time, not more than that. You should say that. I set the instrument at the benchmark. I set the instrument at the benchmark. The RL of a benchmark is 100.000 meter. I'll repeat it. I set the instrument at the benchmark. RL of the benchmark is 100.000 meter. The height of the instrument is 3 meter. Height of the instrument is 3 meter. And the reading observed against the staff at another point is 2 meter. Find the RL of the second point.
101.
101. Wonderful. Wonderful. Any other answer possible? How did you do that?
So this thing is 3 meter high. There it is 2 meter. Same level is 2 meter above the ground.
Okay.
So subtract from total.
So 100 plus?
3 minus 2.
Wonderful. Mathematically right. Mathematically right. But there is a grave mistake in the problem. Can you identify what is it?
Three meter high instrument.
Huh? What is the mistake in the problem? There's a grave mistake in the problem. Technical mistake is there. Mathematically right. Mathematically right. Somebody, you pointed out that mistake. You tell me the problem once again.
Instrument, how can it be 3 meters?
Yes, sir.
Instrument 3 meter high.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Do you understand that? That is why when you set your instrument, always set it to. Yesterday I have given you a theolite, no? The lesson on theolite, a video lesson. How many of you have seen that? Tilak, did you share that? Did you share that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How many of you have seen that, boys? How many of you have seen it? The first thing what I would have said it,
Up to
set
chest
your
level.
instrument to
Up to chest
what?
level.
Chest level. Why? Suppose I am only 3 feet in height. I cannot set the instrument to 5 feet. Then I have to climb up and then see. Okay, I cannot, suppose I am 6 feet tall. I cannot set an instrument to 3 feet. I can set it to 4 feet. So I have to bend actually. Sometimes, I have to bend and see. It's all your physical comfort which comes and which play a role. Do you understand that? The physical comfort, the comfort of the person who is taking the level is that matter. Do you understand that? That is why we keep so the problem when you say that it's a 3 meter height, what happened? You cannot put a ladder and then climb the instrument. In fact, actually, when I was a student like you, there was a problem like this, because the examiner, all the FPS unit he has converted, just cut it out and then put it. So he has given the height of instrument as 3 meter. We solved the problem and we get out of it. But later on we learnt that the examiner is out of the panel, because you cannot set the instrument at the 3 meter height. Do you understand that? So these are some of the issues in the surveying and the leveling. So survey has got advantage. Whatever I teach, however you solve the problem, what comes to your application of your mathematical principle, and then try to solve the problem. Okay. So with that, I complete the chapter on leveling. So tomorrow's class, I'll be straight away going into the what is called a theodolite. So you just go through the lessons, because 9 slides are given. slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the same sequence, you just go through that. To some extent, I've tried my level best, making you understand what is theolite about. Unless you see a theolite by yourself, it's very difficult for you to understand what a concept of theolite. So, with that, I just close it for today. Any doubt? The mode of delivery, is it okay for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you have to take a note, because I don't prepare something. I don't have a notes, first of all. You don't ask for me. At the end of it, will you spare a notes or something? I don't have a notes. For any subject, I don't have a notes. The PPT also, what I have prepared, it's only exclusively for you, but now I have dropped it down completely. If you are very convenient with that, I can go ahead and then do it. Unfortunately, what happened, some 2 days back, my computer went out of order. Then I had to get it repaired. One more thing, somebody got the correction or something. You have to send me a mail for my reference. What was the earlier mark and what is the current mark? But I have a data with me. Okay. Shall I close down today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.